Mazel morons, welcome back to the #1 podcast in the world. We are here with Gypsy Rose Blanchard's third husband, Ben Soffer.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm a little bit scared. Like, I've heard mixed reviews, but like, she seems great. And I don't know, like, I spoke to her like first ex-husband, and like, we have some things in common. Like, we did a mukbang together and it was cool. And like, I don't know, like, she's like kind of hot, but I don't know.
The truth is, prison is nowhere to start a relationship.
I mean, it's not, but like, that's really what drew me to her.
I get that.
I saw that baddie and I was just like, you know, maybe we can make it work.
What I've noticed are that prison garb, prison jumpsuits are very close to scrubs. It'd be fun if they did like role playing, like, you know, they're in the mess hall or in the yard and they're like acting like they're on Grey's Anatomy.
Am I still role playing, by the way, or am I out?
Whatever you want, babe.
No, I'm out of role play. Was I good?
No.
Can I get a gig? Okay, cool. Mazel morons. Yeah, I do agree that the manufacturer of the scrub is probably also manufacturing that jumpsuit. And I'm trying to think what else.
Prison jumpsuits.
Is sort of
prison jumpsuits by Figs.
Yeah, that's good. What's another one of those companies? What's
Cherokee?
Yeah. Oh wow, you're really in. Dixie. Isn't Dixie? Dix? Dixie.
Dickies.
Dickies. Dickies. Nice. We should get scrubs, but not scrubs.
Dixies are like Dixie Amelio's making work gear. She's making workwear. That's her and Charlie's new venture. And you know what? Good for them.
Good for them. Yeah, it sounds good to me. But yeah, they're all raking it in. You know who else is raking it in, Josh?
What?
The person who makes the glasses for the solar eclipse.
Vasemir, this solar eclipse. Is solar eclipse what are you nuts?
I think so.
Say more.
I think that the solar eclipse is nuts because it's advertised as this big thing, but not everybody can see it in the same way.
That's right.
But everybody and their mother is buying the glasses. We're feeding this machine. I can't even imagine how much money the manufacturer of solar eclipse glasses makes this week. This is their Super Bowl.
Right.
And are they any different from the IMAX 3D glasses? I really don't know. It's the same little paper, little film, but I do think that the solar eclipse is totally nuts. And I'd rather just watch it on YouTube because I'm not going to catch the perfect glimpse.
That's right.
And if I did, you have people on TikTok telling me I'm going to burn my retinas. I'm not using these glasses all day long.
I have an idea for a TikTok that I'm going to shoot after this where it's just me sitting with two gigantic bandages over my eyes and it's just me going, the eclipse was incredible.
Oh, that's good. That's really good.
Thank you.
Honestly, you should do it now before somebody else does it.
I will. No, for sure. Good thing we record these in advance.
Yeah, true. Very far in advance.
Can you imagine?
The solar eclipse happened 3 years ago.
But imagine the people who make the solar eclipse glasses who will make a couple $100,000 in one day trying to sell that to like Shark Tank. Like, hey sharks, like this is an investment that's going to pay off once every 37 years.
It's kind of like insurance, honestly. Like I'm sure that there are other like fear-mongering businesses. That's what this is. Buy these glasses so we don't burn your retinas, right? Or is it also so you can see it? I never understood. Is it also because without it, you just can't see it? Or is it purely to protect the retina?
Well, both, right? Because if you're not looking at it, I don't think you're at risk of retinal failure. So yeah, it's so you can watch and protect.
Sure.
It's like eye condoms.
Yes. It's an eye condom.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah.
It's like a contact. The contact lens community should really get involved. There should be some kind of a film that goes on your contacts that does the same thing as the glasses. And then all of a sudden they're rich too.
I agree. What about Marshall? Do you care about this eclipse?
Well, we went out and looked at it, the team here at Dear Media headquarters. And you go out and then you're there for about 30 seconds and you're like, we did it.
The streets of New York are filled with finance bros. Just like, oh, thank God they let me out of the building. Like for the first time, they're like allowed by their boss to leave. And you just see all these people with suits lined up. It's completely nuts. The streets. It's like the Pope is here.
They should have sold the glasses with a matching Patagonia vest so all the financial bros could have felt like they were fully zooted.
They should have. Or Patagonia should just make the glasses. We should get into these glasses. You want to make solar eclipse glasses? We'll make them totally fabulous.
Yes.
They'll be great, right?
Yeah, I love that idea.
Okay.
Why
we'll call
not
him the good guy. We'll call him the good guy. Protects against retinal damage.
The good glass.
Damn it.
Are you okay?
Why didn't I think of that?
You're gonna have.
So good.
You're gonna need time to recover from that one.
So good. The good glass.
The good glass.
So good.
Now I see you have a puncture wound on your arm.
Oh, I didn't realize that this was visual. Yes, I did.
There's a camera pointed at you, man.
I guess this is on video. I do. I was injured. No, I had some blood drawn.
Ooh.
I had some blood drawn. And quick shout out to Columbia, the best blood test I've ever gotten in my life.
Columbia, the country, Columbia, the university. What are we talking?
Columbia doctors, the Doctor Association, Columbia Hospital, the people in New York. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
They're like the way that there's a Cedars-Sinai, the hospital here, the doctors, Columbia doctors. I went in, sat down, she pricked me. 45 seconds later, I was out of there.
Wow. Isn't that great?
Amazing speed. And if for anybody that hasn't gotten blood work in quite some time, I'm a big proponent of blood work. You don't have to go to the doctor for anything else, but it's good to get blood work done. Just check. It can't hurt you. Just the prick hurts a little bit, but just check. Make sure all your things are looking good. Yeah, I went to the doctor, new primary care, and it was fantastic. I'm not sharing who it is because I don't want to wait too long to get another appointment. But it was fantastic.
I think that's a great idea. I, too, am a big fan of blood work. I'm a big fan of phlebotomists. I don't care if that gets me canceled. And the thing is that there's a real art to it, right? Now, I've noticed there's 2 primary phlebotomi at my doctors. Nice guys, both lovely, look great in scrubs. One of them, personality 10, phlebotomy skills 4. This is how you know that you got effed by someone who's not good. If you have a bruise after. Now, granted, there was a time in my life where I was so overweight where they could never find a vein, so they'd have to go in my hand. And that's upsetting.
Yes. Yes. Relatable.
But the guy that we always have a nice chat, we talk. And if it hurts when they put it into your vein, they didn't do it right. And then you get a bruise after, not good. There's this other guy, not much of a talker, but he is a 10 out of 10. I don't even know when the needle goes in my arm. And by the time it's out, it's like it never happened.
She wasn't the biggest talker. Should I do a quick reveal? For those watching on YouTube, and if you're not watching on YouTube, you're missing out. Should we see if I have a bruise?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Ben.
That tape, nothing.
Perfect.
Absolutely nothing.
That's Columbia.
Nothing.
You're not getting that at Hunter College Medical Associates.
No. Oh my God, there's barely even blood. Look at this. Look at this.
Wow.
There's literally no blood. Oh, but she did use, I think, packing tape. The hairs on my arms are completely gone. Oh my God, but there's nothing. Wow, she is a dream.
I love it.
She is a dream. But yeah, so that was the bruise that you saw. And just getting, routine checkup. It was nice to go in and have far fewer complaints. We were talking about that because this is the first time I've seen him, and every other doctor that I've seen has only seen the severely obese Ben. I'm like, today I weighed in 235. Last time I was at a doctor, 290. So those are very, very different people going in and talking to the doctor. So
you're so right, because I see you through the lens of a Jewish mother. Like my mother used to always say to me, I never saw you like that. Even when you were making the floorboards creak in the middle of the night when you had to go pee, I just saw a young Patrick Dempsey. And that's how I see you, Ben. I don't see any weight on you, but
until you see a picture.
Well,
I feel that way, but pictures tell a different story.
I posted a clip of our wonderful, groundbreaking Hillary Duff episode recently, and you were rounder for sure.
It's funny. In the moment, you definitely don't see your loved ones as larger or smaller, friends, etc. You look back at pictures, holy smokes. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. How fat I was. I just celebrated, as you know, my 32nd birthday, and the carousels of images pouring in. I'm morbidly obese. I had no idea. I had no clue. I was just like walking around. I've used this term before. I think I was shallow halling myself. I'd look at myself in the mirror. I'm like, holy crap. You look fit. You look great. You look insanely gorgeous. Mm-hmm. When in reality, I was fat. Too fat. Too fat.
Now, speaking as a representative of the body dysmorphic crowd, I look at myself at 187 and go, you've really let yourself go, Josh, and you have no discipline. And that's to be a shallow Hal, I wish. I dream.
Yeah. No, I'm a complete shallow Hal, which is good. But it's also, I'm wearing this like nice Ralph Lauren puffer. It's the same puffer I was wearing at 290. And now it fits normally. And I'm just thinking to myself, what did this look like?
Did you ever call it a puffer on a puffer?
Yeah, it was just like skin tight, like gripping at the hips. Like I can't even imagine what I looked like walking through the streets because now it fits.
Marshall, what do you think of yourself? Do you know that you are the dime that you are?
That's a hard question to answer. No, I have some negative self-talk, but I think we all do, right? A little bit.
I think so.
But then sometimes I'm like, okay, good today. It goes up and down.
But you're so fit. You're really the whole package, Marshall. We're big fans of you here.
Full package. Full package. Josh, you never look at yourself in the mirror and say, damn, I look good.
I see evidence to the contrary of my negative self-talk, to quote Marshall, that certainly there'll be moments where I'm like, well, I can see some ribs. Like this is going in the right direction.
Is that what you strive for? Protruding ribs?
Oh no. Yeah. My goal dimensions are 6'4", 130. Sorry, Marshall.
No, I was gonna say morning skinny is the best feeling.
Oh,
and it's
the best.
Just sometimes like the best on Sunday. I don't know. I'm like, wow, this is good. And then,
but morning skinny only comes from like a night of, at least for me, eating nothing. Like I've never had like a beautiful dinner and then woken up and felt morning skinny.
I know.
It's only like if I missed a meal, rare, or ate early, but I don't know.
Well, yeah, because you have these beautiful dinners. Like unless I'm with you, I probably will have dinner with Max at 5. If not, or he'll eat at 5 and I've probably had a gigantic lunch and I stopped eating at 3 because I know I'm gonna fast anyway. And that's when you have that when you go to bed a little hungry, you go, tomorrow's gonna be outstanding.
Outstanding. Do the morons know about your intermittent fasting?
Yeah, sure. We've talked.
They know but they know the timeline of your fasting? Well, because I think you're the only person I know that has the true just ability to do the type of intermittent fasting that you do.
Well, you do it, but you just do it later, right? Like I wake up.
I do it later.
I wake up at 5:30 to 6 a.m. every morning because that's when Max wakes up. So I'm hungry, and then I'm serving him breakfast at like 7:30. So I'm seeing all this beautiful food. Like if I could sleep in till 8:30 and then just drink like a black coffee and think about myself till noon, I could easily not eat till noon.
Who are you describing?
Not saying you did that. Not saying you did that.
Not saying it's my exact timeline. Not you, of course. Not you.
You selfish prick.
Oh, that's good.
We're so aligned.
Black coffee really does hold me together from a hunger perspective for at least 3 hours.
It's
like
great.
It locks me in. I wake up in the morning now. I'm having my AG1 and I'm with the 32 ounces of water, a black coffee, and I am good until 1. And I am tooting and pooping from 9 to 1. It's perfect. Absolutely perfect. Getting it all out there, literally and figuratively. And then I'm ready for a good lunch.
So I have some bad news. And Marshall, maybe you can look this up for us really quick. And we love AG1 here. What's the calorie count on one package of AG1?
You're lying. Are they a current sponsor, by the way?
Well, if they're not, we're giving them free promo because we love them. They are the greatest. The greatest, greatest.
True, but if they have calories, I'm out.
1 scoop, 12 grams of AG1 provides 50 calories.
Ouch. It's fine. It's okay, so you won't see my ribs.
Not AG1's fault. AG1 is a perfect supplement. It's great. I would just say that scientifically, they say you cannot ingest more than 25 calories because that breaks your fast.
Ah, that's interesting.
So I would say just delay the AG1. Delay.
That's very interesting.
Perfect.
And perhaps I could actually get more benefits because what I'm doing, AG1 gives me good energy. Coffee gives me good energy, but I'm putting them all together. If I staggered them, perhaps I'd be invincible.
Yes.
So maybe I'm going to start nice 32 ounces of water, maybe a nice squeeze of lemon, then my coffee. I love the drinking water in the morning. I'm parched in the morning. Chug my water, chug my coffee, AG1 later in the day. Thoughts better?
I think that's a great idea.
Okay.
And the last thing I want to say about being overweight, because I never talk about it, is that recently a buddy of mine, shout out Sean Avery, who saw an old footage of me when I was a teenager at my biggest. And he goes, I had no idea how fat you were. Thanks, Sean. And he said this, and I think it describes it perfectly. He said, you looked like a fat person wearing a fat suit.
Oh, my.
Which I thought.
Oh, my. All I want you to know is I think you looked gorgeous.
Thank you
really
so
do.
much.
I think you looked gorgeous. And all I have to say is that if you weren't fat, you wouldn't be who you are today.
So true.
You wouldn't. You wouldn't be funny. You'd be terrible. You'd be freaking miserable. Miserable. Fat people, we do definitely talk about this. And I'm sorry if you're skinny and you can't relate to this podcast at all. But there's something about having been fat and being fat that really prepares you for life in a different way.
You're like a vet.
Yeah, you are. Totally.
We saw action.
I'm sure the vets will love it. We are the same.
Stolen valor.
Yeah.
What do you think, Marshall? Is it a put off to the? I mean, I feel like we're talking about ourselves and our community because we're very hard on. We joke hard about our past size and whatnot. Should we be more thoughtful?
Oh, like loving yours? Well, it is hilarious.
Thank you.
And the people are loving it. The morons are loving it.
We love
Great.
you, morons.
Okay. So then we'll leave it. We'll keep talking about it. Should we make hats? You know how like veterans have like those little medals for all the things that they've done.
This is
like, should we make like
this is dark? I'm reporting on.
Should we make a medal for like each increment of like 20 pounds overweight?
Like instead of a purple heart, the congested heart.
like the biggest medal you can possibly get is like gout or heart disease.
Yeah, the gout
or
badge.
like and you collect them.
Base. Look, we've all been there, trying to fit everything we might need for a trip, only to end up with a suitcase. It's busting at the seams. Look, I'm judging you at the airport, and I'm not the only one. But with Base, there's room for everything. 15 pairs of underwear for a weekend trip. Boom. You know, you want a couple shoe options? Good. With Base, you're fine. Look, airport anxiety is a real thing between constantly checking your pockets for your ID or you're forgetting literally everything, your boarding pass. It's stressful. But like with Base's weekend bag, boom, it has function. It has form. It's carefree. You look cute. Look, Base was created by actress Shay Mitchell to make sleek and affordable bags, luggage, and accessories designed to help you travel effortlessly while still looking fashionable. There's multiple sizes, colors. For shorter trips, a weekender bag it's surprisingly functional, and there's a lot of room too. It even has a place to store your shoes separately. Every piece is made to look better with miles, so you don't have to worry about it getting a little jostled, a little banged around in the cargo or the overhead. For me, what I want out of my luggage is something that doesn't stick out, but is just an old workhorse. I also, though, I just want it to look sleek and timeless. And that's what Base is. Look, right now, Base is offering our listeners 15% off your first purchase by visiting basetravel.com/goodguys. Go to basetravel.com/goodguys for 15% off your first purchase. That's BEIS travel.com/goodguys. Sunday was started by two brothers who believed in better ingredients, better results, and better backyards made for living. Look, did you know that the American yard has some of the highest concentrations of pesticides? There are 5 times more pesticides used per acre on lawns compared to industrial farms. It's nuts because you don't live on an industrial farm. You have a lawn, and that's a crazy amount of pesticides. But Sunday is disrupting the lawn care industry with science-backed innovation across lawn, garden products, no toxic pesticides or harsh chemicals, only simple, nutrient-dense ingredients like there's seaweed, molasses, iron, and they work with nature to help you grow a beautiful lawn the easy way. Their formulas have just what your lawn needs and nothing it doesn't. It's the future of lawn care. It's better for people, for your pets, and for the planet. It's easy to use. You just attach a hose and spray to apply it on your yard. Look, it's always available nationwide at Lowe's, Target, Walmart, but you can also get it on getsunday.com. You heard? Plus, it's very effective. They got those 5-star reviews, because you like to know that the other people like it too. So Sunday is available at Lowe's, Target, and Walmart stores nationwide. Use code GOODGUYS20 for 20% off your custom lawn plan on getsunday.com. So I think it's worth getting into a couple fun articles that I've brought up recently. One is that Shake Shack announces free chicken sandwiches every Sunday in April and seemingly shades Chick-fil-A. Shake Shack is serving up some freebies with a side of sass. The fast food chain announced that it is handing out free fried chicken sandwiches every Sunday in April. To grab the promo, customers must place a $10 minimum order at an in-store kiosk. Enter the code Chicken Sunday. So this is an unofficial plug, but what do we think about free chicken sandos?
So you have to spend $10, but then you get a free chicken sandwich.
That's right.
So I would need to be ordering something else, and then I get an extra chicken sandwich.
Yeah.
Or can the chicken sandwich be $10 and I get a free chicken sandwich?
No. I think you got to get 2 fries and a soda.
There's a small barrier to entry, and then you get the free chicken.
That's right.
Love it. All in. I think it's fantastic. Yeah, why not? Free stuff. Who doesn't love free stuff, especially free chicken? Free chicken. I love Shake Shack is great.
I've had an off menu with a guy named Kev Eats, who's an Instagram food reviewer.
Ooh.
An off-menu Shake Shack item, which is their version of like a patty melt. Boy, oh boy.
Wow.
And I don't eat Shake Shack, but when I do, I'm going off the menu.
I think I'm on Smash Burger TikTok. Like I've been seeing people making smash burgers, like with all like the real smash burger when there's so much mandolined onion just like on top.
Oh, I love that.
And it's on that like nice flat top grill.
That's flavor.
Like it's nice and unbelievable. So good. And you really only need to let them cook a real smash burger for like 15 seconds because it's so thin.
That's right.
It gets perfectly cooked. I think that's my number one burger. I think a smash burger is my number one burger. Josh, what's your favorite burger?
I agree a smash burger is my number one burger. Although, and here's a big but, we cannot celebrate smash burgers, square pizzas with the little curled up pepperonis. These foods have peaked. They are now part of the lexicon. Give it up. You cannot celebrate a great smash burger. It's assumed we know smash burgers are great. Don't put a photo of it out there. It's enough. We've done. Oh, is it on a potato bun? Ooh. Yes, we know. Smash burgers are great. We all have access to them. God bless America.
But we don't have enough access to them, in my opinion, at the places where I'd like to have one. For example, you go to lovely restaurant, a Hillstone. You go to maybe a steakhouse. It's always these bigger burgers. And I'm just saying, a diner, always a big ass burger. I'm just saying, wouldn't it be nice to have a smash burger at that type of establishment as opposed to needing to go to maybe a fast food chain?
I hear you. You are heard. As our great clips editor, Derek says, heard. But what I would say is, I think there's a place and a time. And I think that a smash burger at a Hillstone or a high-end place is not, it's not what I'm looking for. I do enjoy like a JG Melon, old school, hearty burger with the nice fries. I once went, and this is very bougie of me. Trust me, this is not usually like me. I was at the Ritz-Carlton, I believe in Washington, D.C. That's right. No big deal. Wait, talk, Ben, because I didn't hear what you just, when you...
Oh, sorry, I was whistling. I whistled 3 times in a row.
Okay.
Like to your Ritz-Carlton. Yeah. Oh, sick.
Okay. It probably picked it up on audio, but all I saw was you going like this. It looks like you were trying to pick me up. So I was there at the Ritz, and I remember I was there doing like a press junket for a movie, and so I was like, I'm treating myself, me and my buddy Jeremy, and we ordered. They had $45 hamburgers, which is something I would just never do. But it was like the Kobe meat, it was like aged cheddar, there was foie gras on the burger. And it was like you would think this would be on the border of too much good stuff, but let me tell you, it was right there, and it really rose to the occasion.
Wow, yeah, I love a good thin burger. It's rare. JG's, you brought up one that I think is fantastic. The JG Melon full burger really is A+.
Yes,
A+ for anybody that hasn't been. They should absolutely go.
By the way, I've never been. I've only seen it on Instagram.
You haven't been?
No, I've just seen them on IG.
I thought you said that you had it.
No, but I know what it looks like.
Okay, so you saw it.
Yeah.
Oh, you just... They're great.
They
great.
Are
excellent. They're excellent.
Yeah, and feel free to add any to the list. Marshall, Ben, jump in here. Here's what we cannot celebrate anymore. They are now officially normal, and I don't want to see it on your Instagram. A smash burger, a square pizza with those little peps, an acai bowl, or avocado toast. You're not special. And I said it here first.
Yeah, the avocado toast is definitely overdone. I'm trying to think of other TikTok trends that I've been seeing recently. It's just too much.
Espresso martini.
Espresso martini. Thank you so much. How about breaking a poached egg on whatever you're eating? That's not special.
No.
It's just more protein.
It's not.
That's right.
It's not.
How do we feel about the onion volcano from like hibachi?
You know what? Oh. I don't think of that as food. I think about it as a show. I think about the performing arts.
Yeah, and I love a Benihana. And I'll always take a nice picture of that onion tower. I will. It's less of a popular thing, but I just have to say, hot take, steak doesn't belong on salad.
Okay, say
steak
a little
salads.
More.
Maybe again, it's just my TikTok. Maybe I'm just on this food talk, and they are serving me up all these dishes. But I've been seeing people making full fillets, chopping them up, and putting them in a salad. And I think it is a disservice to the cow, a disservice to the chef making the steak, and it just does not fit. You can't have hot meat, cold lettuce. It just doesn't work. It doesn't work at all.
I think, and I'm going to make this my best bite of the week because I can really enjoy a steak salad. I'm going to build one for you right now, and I want you, and listen, I can take it. If it doesn't sound good, doesn't sound good. So we're talking about a hanger steak, a skirt steak, something that was built that you're not going to like fill up a plate of skirt steak and have it. It's the accoutrement to more, right? It's the promise of more. A skirt steak, to a carne asada. So now you're chopping that up beautiful, crisp on the ends, right? Perfect. Now let's build our salad, shall we? We're going with a leafy, perhaps a butter lettuce. You know what I'm saying? We're not going romaine, too crisp, nice butter lettuce. Then we're going a Roquefort, a blue cheese, something stinky yet formidable. You know, like something that really has some weight to it. Then we're going to do a red pickled onion, freshly pickled, right? So then you're getting that acid to what? Cut through all the fat. You got fat in the cheese. You got fat in the steak. Then, right, You do a little bit of cherry tomatoes over there, fresh crack. Is that good, sir? I'll tell you when. I'll tell you when. Get that fresh pep. You throw a little bit of that steak on there, a beautiful blue cheese dressing. Come on. That's good times.
That's good. That's probably the only steak salad.
Oh, I'm sorry. And fresh sourdough made croutons.
Do you prefer that over a crispy onion?
I'm open to both. How about that?
That's the only salad. That was the rebuttal. That's the only rebuttal. The only rebuttal is you take steak, you pair it with a stinky cheese, you put it in a nice lettuce. For sure. The iceberg, you're thinking maybe a wedge, replace the bacon with the steak. I totally get it.
Love that.
People are getting too liberal. They're using wrong cuts of steak. I'm with you. A skirt steak, a hanger, no problem. A filet doesn't belong. I'm with you, though. That is a delicious bite. Should I get into my best bite of the week?
Please.
Also bougie, and don't do this that often. Actually, I do. You know, I shouldn't, it's fine, right? I shouldn't be ashamed.
Never.
I eat well.
Yes, you do.
For my birthday, my wife and I went to Cipriani for lunch.
Wow. An impossible reservation. Impossible.
Had an unbelievable meal, capped off with the best slice of cake I've ever had in my life.
Was there a meringue involved?
It was a meringue.
Yeah, it was.
Cake.
Yeah, fucking was.
And it was a 15 out of 10.
Wow.
This was custardy, yet light, soft, delicious, perfect.
Mm-hmm.
It was perfect. So too often are our delicious cakes too decadent. I could have had the whole cake, and I swear I would have been able to run a marathon. It was so light. It's the meringue. It's airy. It's perfect.
It's always the meringue.
It's the meringue. Meringues are fantastic. Meringue is fantastic. Thoughts on the meringue?
The meringue, I'm bullish on meringue. I'm going to say it here now. I'm bullish on meringue. I love it. I recently did a entire food mukbang trying most of the menu at Cheesecake Factory with my friends Jordan Oken and Max Shapiro of the Air Jordan Food Podcast. And my friend Max Shapiro, who's a total foodie, who was in a lot of pain and distress from eating such commoner food that I love, like the factory. He only does bougie stuff. But when our dessert moment came, he said, I think we should try the lemon meringue cheesecake. I said, what are you, nuts? This is crazy. Let me tell you, fresh fired lemon meringue, unbelievable. The factory doesn't miss, but this was a bullseye.
There's a difference, though, and this is why I asked it, between a freshly made meringue, a meringue top, right, on a cake, versus the meringue. Like that thing that it's pre-made. It looks like a little dollop. It's hard when you bite it.
Oh, that
or am I
stinks.
thinking of something?
Yes, I know what I mean.
You know what I mean, right? Those stink. And I think that's what most people think when they think of meringue. It's the meringue that you can buy at the grocery store.
No, you only
and it comes
think
in this little chalky puck.
You only think that because it's parv, so they have it at a lot of Jewish events.
That's what it is.
No one you think that, Marshall? You think of meringue traditionally, right?
I don't know, actually.
Wow, that's a vegan for you.
Yeah.
That's a vegan.
I don't think it is.
This meringue, this parv meringue, Josh is 100% right. And for those that don't know, parv is just, it's not dairy, it's not meat, it's nothing. it's just nothing. You can have it with all meals.
It doesn't conflict with Jewish dietary laws.
Yes, parv. Yeah, exactly. These meringues, you could basically write on a chalkboard with them.
That's right.
You could take a bite and then you could use it to draw. It's that chalky and it's disgusting. But meringue on a cake, I'm so excited for this lemon meringue at Cheesecake Factory because I'm a big lemon fan in my desserts.
It's zesty.
My dad makes an amazing little lemon square. Ooh, so good.
Yeah,
so good.
First of all, they just opened a Cipriani in LA, and it's an impossible res. Impossible.
Really?
Yeah, and the food looks incredible. But I think it's funny, and every food TikToker has been talking about. they have a side of rice there that is very plain. And I would just love to understand what Cipriani thinks about their just like very basic side of rice.
My wife would love it.
Yeah?
That would be her dream. If she could order rice and it came just plain white rice, she would love it. She would absolutely love it.
Wow.
Do you remember, we're not going to name the restaurant because we don't talk negatively about restaurants here.
That's right.
But do you remember when we went to a restaurant and they had a steak on the menu that was market price and how much that steak was?
Oh, I remember.
I can't get it out of my head.
What was it, in 800?
Yeah, like in the 7s.
It was bordering Salt Bay restaurant level prices.
Marshall, have you ever heard of that in your life? Again, steaks on the menu, right? What, Josh? They were like maybe 90, 80, like for the regular steak.
Sure.
Sub 100. And then this special steak on the menu, $700. My jaw dropped.
But again, that's like ordering Ace of Spades at the club. Like, if you love the taste of Cryistal, go to Costco, like a mensch, and go get a $220 bottle and pop it with your, Cleveland 8 wife. And you know what? Treat yourself because you just got that big job promotion. But like, to go to a club and spend $1,200 on the same bottle that's $200 somewhere else, that's what are you trying to prove?
Yeah, but you can't. The Cryistal is actually, it's even worse than the steak, because the steak that you're going to have at this restaurant that will remain unnamed is going to be cooked far better than you would have cooked it at home.
Fair.
The Cryistal is the same Cryistal, but it's technically in a less exciting environment. You're paying for the show.
You are. You're paying for the show, and you're paying for a bunch of people to come out in scantily clad outfits and sparklers with a little sign that says, "Happy birthday, Ted."
Happy birthday, Ted. You're an idiot.
This isn't a write-off, Ted. Well, I have another article that I think is worth talking about, which is that Jason Kelce gets in the ring at WrestleMania 40 during surprise appearance. Jason Kelce showed off his wrestling skills when he and former teammate Lane Johnson jumped the ropes at WrestleMania. WrestleMania 40 attendees could be seen going wild for Kelce and Johnson after the duo ripped a metal folding chair out of Dominic Mysterio's hands and slammed him into the corner of the ring. Damn, I want to be more famous.
If WrestleMania called you, Josh, and said, "Josh, we're going to need you to gain 250 pounds.
Oh, no.
But we're going to put you on WrestleMania for the whole season."
I'm out. I'm out.
Out for sure? No chance.
I would have a really hard if Martin Scorsese approached me the way he approached De Niro in the 80s and was like, "Raging Bull, you're gonna have to put on 80 pounds." That would really mess me up. Like, and I'd probably do it, but I'm terrified to go even close to that.
I'm just thinking here, like, yeah, you need to be so famous, obviously, to be on WrestleMania, WWE, any of these.
Ugh.
But you also need some kind of a hook. Like, I look at Jason Kelce, yeah, he's famous. He's in the news, but he's also burly. There's like something about him that I see in the ring, and I get it. He's big, burly, and hairy. I can't get in the ring. There's nothing. Even if I was 10 times more famous, there's nothing here. I can't possibly do it. I'd need to be another 300 pounds, and then my tactic would be jumping off of that corner column and suffocating you in my belly button.
That's right. Oh, man.
Right?
And the belly button cheese going on there, disgusting.
Oof. Yeah, no, so smelly.
Belly buttons
so
are the
smelly.
worst places on earth.
Woo. Only, again, this is a big fat people thing. Only fat people have true trauma with their belly buttons.
That's right.
Because honestly, it's the equator. It goes down to the equator. You've never seen it. You've heard legend about it. It sits really, really, really deep. Really deep.
Right.
It's like the bottom of the earth is the belly button.
Molten.
And if you ever reach it, it hurts to poke and it reeks.
Oh my God. I'm going to throw up. Okay, so for our last article, much time do we have, Marshall?
40.
We're at 40?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So we'll do a speak pipe and then we'll do what are you nuts?
Great.
All right. So let's get into a speak pipe. Speak pipes are when people call in to get advice or ask us questions. It's super cute. And you can leave us your questions or really ask for advice. Make it good. Keep it brief. Brevity.
Brief.
Speakpipe.com/good guys. Let's get into this first one. It's Soup's cute from KC.
Hi, Ben and Josh. More on here. Toaster here. Love you guys. Thanks for all the giggles. You guys keep me sane during my work days. Writing in or speaking in, wanted to know some advice. I am dating the menschiest, most wonderful Jewish man, and wanting to convert eventually, and wanted to know any advice from you, anything that I should know, anything I should be excited about. I mean, I'm really looking forward to starting this journey, and we hosted our first Shabbat dinner together a couple weeks ago, and it was wonderful, and just wanted to know what you guys thought and what I should know when I embark on this journey. Love you guys. Thanks so much.
Wow. We're really a religious podcast. I kind of love it. Like we're like Joel Osteen.
I know.
We're like, should we be starting with a prayer?
Yeah,
like every week?
Do one right now?
No.
Baruch Adonai Baruch.
Baruch Adonai Baruch Leolam Vaed. Don't do it. There's still time. No. What you need to know is, one, you sound like a wonderful girl. It takes like some real chops to want to do that for somebody else. And if I was put in that position, I wouldn't want to switch faiths. So congrats to you on that. I've heard that the conversion process is lengthy and very, 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 very hard. So be prepared to basically go to school. It's not like there in other religions, the conversion process, I'm pretty sure, is like, hey, I want to convert. And they're like, sure, we'll welcome you. With us, it's a little bit harder. You have to learn about like all of the plights and just issues that we've had.
The Tsaris, the Megillas, the parting of the seas.
They make sure you're prepared. And so it's a lot of work, but then you'll probably come out more informed than 99% of Jews. That's what ends up happening. Like the converts who really go deep, they end up being the most knowledgeable.
I completely agree with Ben. Don't do it. It takes 2 years roughly to convert officially. And it's a lot of work, a lot of schooling. You know what else takes 2 years and a lot of schooling? Becoming a nurse. Become a nurse. You got all this time on your hands. Be a frontline worker. You know what I'm saying? Then you have a trade. You'll have access to opiates. You know, you can hoop them, sell them on the dark web. Take a chance, ma'am. Like, what are you doing? You know what? Ben and I are the most Jewish guys on earth. You're Jewish. We bestow it upon you. And
I'm with you.
As you know, Ben, my beautiful Irish Catholic wife, Paige, she's more Jewish than me at this point. She knows the prayers. She can make a killer brisket. I mean, you know what? We don't judge.
She's in. No, I don't judge at all. Not at all. You're Jewish. What was her name?
Kayla.
Jewish. That works.
Yeah.
That works. That works. You don't have to change. I was just thinking to myself, if it was like Jesus or something.
Sure.
Like we should change it. But Kayla, no problem at all. No problem at all.
Right, because Kayla is Gentile, but Kayla is very Jewish.
Yeah. And Michaela is Jewish.
Is
it's
it?
Just short. I'm sure she's Michaela.
Michaela is Jewish?
I think so. I don't know.
Okay. Well, thank you.
I know Michael is Jewish.
Yes, but then there's also like, I feel like some of those ultra religious names have been sort of propagated by all faiths, right? Like Jacob, Joseph, right?
Yeah.
But I guess originally Hebrew.
Yeah, sure.
Moses.
Ben. I mean Ben.
Benny boy, Benjamin.
Benjamin. Joshua is a very religious name.
Fought the Battle of Jericho. Humble brag.
Very religious. Yes, you did.
Thank you. Took over for Moses. No big deal.
Yeah, you did. You did hit.
All right, next one's from Becca.
Ben and Josh, love you guys. You guys literally make me cackle to the point where I pee my pants. I'm also pregnant, so that's not surprising there. But I have a dilemma. I'm trying to pick out a boy name, and I love Wilder and Waylon. I just think they're so beautiful, and they're so just of the earth and nature-y and just gorgeous. What are your favorites? Let me know. What are your favorite boy names? I am not opposed to any sort of biblical name. I think they're beautiful and strong. So what are your favorite boy names? Let me know.
Wow.
I feel really bad. Like, I don't want to be mean.
No. You're not mean. Let's not listen. She has her. You're not mean.
I don't want to be mean, but that's never stopped me before. What are you, nuts? Wilder and Waylon? These names are for crazies. No,
Shut up, Ben. That's mean.
No.
That's mean.
No good. No good. Imagine
no.
this. Imagine roll call, kindergarten. Is Wilder here? No, he's at the park shooting a fox. No, it's too harsh. Give him a chance.
First of all, stop it. We have the most basic names on earth. Ben and Josh.
Agreed.
Dan and Rick.
We're too basic. I agree.
Marshall has a fucking kick-ass name, like Tough Marshall. Like names that can mean something else. That's cool.
Okay. Agreed. Wilder. Wilder is what happens when you go on spring break and a girl got a little too crazy. She went Wilder.
Okay, so those are her front runners, but she's asked us to give her some other options. We don't have to freaking criticize.
Okay, fine.
From
babycenter.com, here are the top boy names of 2023.
Oh, yes.
We have Noah, Liam, Oliver, Elijah, Mateo, Lucas, Levi, Leo, Ezra, Luca, Asher, to name a few.
Wow, interesting.
Look, if she likes Wilder and Wilderness, then she's not going to like any of the names that we just mentioned.
It's Waylon.
She's looking for like Moose Hunter or like something deeper.
There's
Nile. What about Nile?
Niles, like from the Nanny.
Yeah. Oh, Nile. That's good. Or
Mr. Sheffield.
What about Shrubbery?
What about Fern?
What about This Is My Son, Photosynthesis?
This is my son, Chlorophyll.
Yeah.
You know what it is? It makes the plants green. I think.
Josh, have you ever had a character played a character with a really weird name?
Have I ever played a robe in Max Keeble's Big Move? Because all I did was wear a robe around my big body.
Robe. Yeah.
Robe.
I'm sorry. I'm just out on the names that she picked. I'm out. I'm out.
Okay.
And she wants new names. Ben.
Thank you for that, Ben. Great. At least you'll be able to get a souvenir license plate wherever you go. I like, I'm trying to think of those names have become popular. Like our good family friends have kids like name, Hunter or Ryder. These names have become popular.
Ryder's a big one.
That's a big one. Also names like Wyatt or I'm just trying to think of like kind of naturey, old school, like Wild West.
What about Augustus?
Gus is fucking cool. I think Gus is cool.
Yeah, but full name Augustus.
Love that.
Short Gus. Gus is cool.
I agree. Gus. Do Gus.
I like it. Okay, good. We shat on the other ones, but we came to a good name.
And then middle name, if you go with Gus, you got to give Ben and Josh a shout out. So you go Bosch or Jen.
Yeah.
Augustus, Jen, whatever her last name is.
Yeah. I like it.
Or
I'm good. Gus.
Bring back some old school names. Adolf,
Yeah, that's good.
Stalin.
That's good. Yeah.
Morty. Kim Jong.
Yeah, you could. You could. Fidel.
Yeah.
Fidel's a nice name.
Yeah.
Vlad?
Yeah. Vlad, that's a nice one. All right, so should we get into our What Are You Nuts moment of the week?
Please, yes. You want to go first? You want me to go first?
I'm happy to go first. So for my What Are You Nuts moment of the week, I just have to say one thing officially. Hold on, there's an article that has to do with it. Okay, for my What Are You Nuts moment of the week, Coachella, what are you nuts? It's over. It's over, guys. You missed it. If Coachella is your thing now, music festivals in general are What Are You Nuts? But Coachella, it's so done. You cannot take an interesting photo in front of that Ferris wheel. Sorry, hold on. Marshall, are you going to Coachella?
No.
Okay, gotcha.
We're good.
That was a close one, guys. Anyway, yeah, you cannot take an interesting photo outside that Ferris wheel. You cannot put together a cool enough outfit. I know you got into the Celsius party, mazel. I know you're at some random food truck eating off the floor at 11 because you're still waiting for your ride out of the Indio Polo grounds. It's done. You missed it. And you know what? The popularity, the evidence is behind me. Coachella, the iconic music festival held in the California desert, has raised eyebrows this year for all the wrong reasons, leading some to question long-term viability. In 2023, it was the first time in 11 years that the festival did not sell out both weekends, and this year it has taken one whole month to sell out the first weekend. I think I'm right.
I think you are right. There is also just so much more optionality with these festivals. There's so many cool ones happening. Stagecoach, country music's fantastic. The weekend before, I don't think they're having problems selling tickets.
That's right.
I don't think so. So yeah, it's out. Sayonara, Coachella.
Wow.
My What Are You Nuts moment of the week is the reinvention of the car door handle. We did not need to reinvent this. And I thought that the problem was exclusive to the Tesla. You go to a Tesla, and to open the door handle, you push in, you pull out, right?
Sure.
Not intuitive whatsoever, right? And we're trying to make a car for the masses here. The handle, pull out. The push in, open, pull out. Not intuitive, not necessary. And I thought it started and stopped the Teslas. And Teslas were just like a cool, new, No, it doesn't. Range Rover, push in, pull out. Inside I was just in an Uber. There was a Cadillac. It was a pull up from like basically like a what the f- is it called? The what is the window? What is that thing called?
The
window
button.
The button where you have to pull down to get the window to come down. There's a pull down to open the door. It's not a handle. It's a pull down and open. And all I have to say is, what are you, nuts? Wow. This didn't need reinventing. We spent too much time, money, and energy reinventing something that didn't need to be reinvented, as opposed to inventing something that did need to be invented, or reinventing something that did need to be reinvented.
Thank you.
That's all. Don't reinvent the wheel. The wheel doesn't need to be reinvented.
Yeah, they crushed it on the wheel. Deal with it.
Crushed. And by the way, people are going to reinvent the wheel. You'll see. You'll see.
Will we?
You'll see. Who knows? Who knows? I thought the door handle was perfect.
Take us home, Ben.
I thought the door handle was perfect. Folks, as always, rate this podcast 5 stars. If not, what are you, nuts? Listen to us on Spotify, Apple. Watch us on YouTube, on Josh's YouTube. You never know. Sometimes we leave some little mementos, some Easter eggs, some crazy shit that you'll never hear in audio. Never. So maybe listen to it and then watch it, and then watch it and then listen to it. Send our clips to a friend. We've been working hard on those clips. I'm sure you're loving them. Send them, the little paper airplane, to a friend. Get them to watch the podcast. Mondays and Thursdays. We'll see you next time.
See you next time.